Good morning, everyone. It's December 1st, 2023. I want to send out a reminder today for you guys. This is a reminder because you know this. You know this. You know this. You know this already. But let me remind you, please. Okay? There are going to be people who are committed to misunderstanding you. There are going to be people who are dedicated to seeing the worst in you. There are going to be people who are dedicated to bringing out the worst in you. And they're doing that because they could feel and they could see what God is doing in your life and how you're about to blow up, how you're about to take off, how you're about to really go to higher heights. Just chuck it to the game. That's just one of the things that happens. But you have to be very careful and not in this season of that, because if you absorb these things these people say about you, the people who are dedicated and committed to tearing you down because they see how bright your light is, if you absorb it, you just may fall in the trap that has been set up for you. So this is what I would do if I was you. If you have people who are committed to misunderstanding you, tearing you down, people who are dedicated to seeing the worst parts of you, the only thing you can do, I'm sorry, this is a simple answer. I'm sorry. The only thing you could do is continue to move forward. Sorry. You have to keep going. Okay? What you can do? You can let them talk about you. You can let them say all of these things. You can cry. You can hurt your feelings. Okay, and then what? They can talk about someone else. You have to understand that there are people who really, really see your greatness, and most times they are so intimidated by it that the only thing that they can do to make themselves feel better, because they are that low vibrational and dark, is talk about the worst things about you. You know why? Because it's a reflection of them. It's how they see themselves. Please be aware of that, y'all. Like, I have this understanding that, people say, oh, the past comes to haunt you. I'm realizing, I'm actually accepting that it's not always to haunt you. It's to remind you of how far you've come and really how far you're going. And it also reminds you that you have people who do hold on to those parts of you, but they only do it because that's the energy they are vibrating in. That's who they is. That's who they is. That's just who they are. So forget everything else good and wonderful and all the abundance and all the blessings God bringing. Forget all that. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. And those people, they dwell and they live in those places. Misery. You gotta stay focused and you have to stay on your path. Please ask God for an abundance of protection. If anything you could ask for God for on a daily basis, protection. Just protection from the unseen. Because see, we think we go once we see it, but it's the unseen that is. Ask God for protection and you're good. After that, you're good. But I need you to know that there are people who are going to be committed and dedicated to misunderstanding you, because it's just you. It's you. Sometimes as we expand and we grow, it makes people uncomfortable, because people automatically start looking at their lives, and if depending on where they are in their lives personally, they're going to start comparing and contrasting. And sometimes these people are close to you. Sometimes these your closest friends. I know I have one or two, three, or 100 people who could agree to that, that sometimes these may be close people to you that you may not even feel comfortable telling things to, or wanting to share your successes and all of these good things, because you know it can come with something negative, or you know they ain't gonna show you the happiness and like how you would show them. And I always say, you need to come from around them people, period. That's the only, you know. But I need y'all to just remember, as your light gets brighter, as God expands you, as God stretches you, there are going to be people who are committed, dedicated to tearing you down, dedicated to bringing you back into a past timeline, dedicated to wanting your life to crumble. And it's because that's where they live, that it's because they see the greatness. And to be honest, it's they're scared. I feel like people who are fearful do that, because like I always say, the same God will do it for me, will do it for you. But you have people who has attached themselves to you because it's you. Whew. You have people who will be attached to you. The back of my neck getting really hot. You have people who will be attached to you just because of your status, just because of how people love you. That's a big one. A lot of people will be attached to you because of how people love you, and they want that same love. They want that same love. It ain't no shortcuts to this, y'all. Like, you are people who attach themselves to people to be relevant, to feel safe, to be liked, when these people don't even know who they are. Be careful who y'all attach yourselves to, because it look like they life good, or it look like they doing this and doing that. You don't know who they serving. You don't know what that person doing. You don't know who that person attached to. So be very careful about that. Like, be very, very careful about that. I know some of y'all know, y'all have some friends who only attach to y'all just because y'all is who y'all is on Instagram, or because y'all could get in certain places. And but when you attach yourself to that person, you attaching yourself to all kind of different other entities attached to that person. But see, if you attach it on a physical level, then you don't even care what's happening in the spirit realm. You don't even care what else you are being attached to that is unseen. Remember, the unseen trumps the seen. So if you think, okay, let me say this. So if you, for an example, if a guy is attracted to a woman, right, because she have a nice body or whatever, that's it. That's on a physical level, right? That's a flesh thing. I want y'all to know there are so many other things he just attached himself to her, because he thought he just was eating with his eyes. But everything else she come with, he's attaching to him. And it's going to play out. It has to. Anyway, I rambling. But I needed to get all of that out. I had to get all that out. There are people who are going to be dedicated, my dear, to misunderstanding you. And once again, ask God for that protection, because you need that. We all need that. Don't think you're invincible, because see, that's when all these things start happening. Now, yeah, we be like, well, what happened? And you need to always level up on that. You need to walk with God constantly. Like, second by second. I know people just think I go and crazy, guys be in this car and I be talking, but I have to do it. Like, and it's not even something I'm ashamed of. I have to do it. Just like turning on this camera and giving y'all this message. I have to do it. As you shining bright like this big diamond you are, as your sun gets bigger, as God releases all of this love and abundance into your life, please continue to level up on that protection. Please continue to pay attention to what you feel instinctually about the people you are surrounded by, because you are worthy of everything great that God has to give us. So don't think that you need to limit yourself from things. The minute you limit yourself, you're getting what you say you want. If you feel like you only deserve the bare minimum, you're going to get the bare minimum. But you are worthy of all things great once you could truly understand that. And that's why these people could try to tear you down and tarnish you, because they could see it. They say, dog don't bark at park car. Okay, y'all have a good day.